Hello, first signs of spring, and in that way we continue also our video series of traditional archery and techniques. This time I will speak about draw length and anchor point. I keep it simple, but I promise you this works whatever type of archery you do. So what is archer's full draw? The full draw is when your elbow is pulled back with your back muscles and the line from the wrist to the elbow is perfectly lined with the arrow. This is your full draw. Why not longer? Why not shorter? That is that if you have shorter draw, your elbow is then very often to the side and you pull more like with your bicep. Same thing if the elbow is down and you pull with your bicep. That makes your release incorrect very easily, and it affects so that when you release you hit very easily to your face, or you do this opposite way. If you pull more than this, so you pull further and further if the arrow length is enough, then it easily happens that when you release, the release goes like this. So it drops very easily the bow hand and also the draw hand. And both this and this and this of course affects negatively to the arrow flight. So when you keep your line from the target to the arrow point, through the arrow and until to the elbow, if you keep this line all the way through, and when you release you will not affect to the arrow at all, because this little movement after release, it continues the same line, and that is why we don't accidentally do any kind of movements to the string. We speak exact moment when you release and let the string go. If you have too short draw, it easily goes like this, or even like this. If it's too long, it goes like this. But if it's just perfectly lined, it goes straight to the target. This is the point. Of course, there are a few exceptions. If we speak Native American type of short bows, the draw length is really short. You cannot pull this way, of course. Or if you go to the east, and if we speak about Manchu archers or Japanese Kyudo, they are pulling more behind the ear and use different kind of techniques. But mostly, whatever type of bow you use, this elbow line is very important. So the anchor point then. The anchor point is some physical point on your area of your face or ear, whatever here. It's the little spot you can touch right before you release, or you can pull and keep your draw and aim, and you can touch while you're aiming with this spot to make sure that your draw is full and stays full. It doesn't matter where the spot is. It depends of your physics. It depends which release technique you use. If you use finger release, then it's easier to find some good spot with your fingertips. If you are a thumb shooter, you can use, for example, this knuckle to touch some point in your face or even your ear. No matter what it is, but how you can find it, you should first make sure that you have pulled back, your draw is full, and then find here some physical point you remember, and you can always bring the draw there and touch that physical point. That is anchor point. You also hear sometimes like floating anchor, or some people say that they just anchor in the some line from your throat or whatever. Okay, that might work if you just practice and practice thousands of arrows, but it is not as precise as this physical anchor point you touch. If you use floating anchor, you pull back and you try to remember where you have pulled. I can make sure that it varies a little bit. It is different with each different arrow too. It is not so accurate and sharp. So I fully recommend that you just find the spot what you can touch before release. Then if you are a snap shooter, that you just pull and then release without stopping it in an anchor, or if you are a horseback archer and you want to shoot fast, it doesn't matter. First learn the physical anchor point, and then when you know where to touch, you can then make it more fast, and always you still touch slightly this same anchor point. For example, me, I can shoot arrows under 2 seconds in full gallop, and I use anchor point. I have shot so many times that I just slightly touch this little anchor point, which is here. I use Slavic draw, so I use pretty much this knuckle to touch my ear, and that makes me sure that my draw length is full and my line is full. So first learn where is your own full draw, make sure the line is perfect, then find the spot you can touch with your knuckle or your fingertips, whatever, and then learn to shoot always from that anchor point. And if you want to make it faster and faster, just learn to do it faster, learn to touch it faster. That's my point. Excuse me again if my way to explain is a little bit awkward. It is because I don't find correct words in English so well, but I hope you got my point. Okay, this was it for this time. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. We continue soon enough. Bye.